What's he like to deal with?
Well, you've interviewed him. I know that.
But you've met him much more than I have.
Look, he is very. I mean, look, he's very sharp. He's very curious about people's opinions on a wide range of issues, and so he will solicit my views, other people's views on topics of the day, particularly international. He's decisive, and he has an ability to change the dynamic very quickly on, whether it's with respect to Ukraine, peace in the Middle East, global trade, and beyond. So you can understand, it's absolutely clear why he's leader of the United States. I mean, you've put together all those qualities.
Yeah, but the US is effectively monetizing its military hegemony and its economic clout. I mean, it's essentially, and I can say this and you probably can't, but it's essentially a sort of mafioso economic policy.
Well, certainly you had me at monetizing hegemony. You lost me as you went on. I think he has a view. He's not alone in his view. I don't share the view, but he has a view that you measure economic success in trade, just like you measure success in business, of whether or not you have positive cash flow. And so for him, running a trade surplus is a sign of success. And if you're running a deficit, you, by definition, are either being ripped off or you're not as successful as you need to be. We take a different view, comparative advantage. We don't have time, but since this is The Economist, I can say comparative advantage. I can also say, and this is higher level explainer at the back, if you have the reserve currency, the quid pro quo of having the reserve currency is you run a current account deficit because you got to supply.
Have you tried that logic on the president?
I have not. There's not enough hours in the day to go there.
To use President Trump's favorite analogy, they have the cards, right? Not only do they have the economy, they also have the security side. I mean, you can't even defend the Arctic, right, by yourself.
Well, we can defend more. We're defending more of the Arctic now. 365 days, land, air, sea, over the horizon radar in the Arctic. We're building out our sovereignty in the Arctic.
But radar means you can see the thing. Don't you need missiles to shoot things down?
There are certain areas where we will want to be integrated and continue to fully cooperate with the United States. I would suggest, some others have a different view, but hypersonic missile defense is one of those areas where we're going to want to do, and we have those discussions with them. But the analogy, to go back to your analogy, who has all the cards, there are other games. There's not just one game. That's the point. There are other games. And yes, we're going to spend more time, to extend the analogy, in the game with the United States, but we're going to play other games with other players.